J.K. Rowling was really careful with her casting. She wanted to choose the perfect characters for her movies, and she wanted the main ones to have vibrant chemistry on set. But you see, not all of the characters were exactly like the characters described in the book. So, here is what the cast of Harry Potter should have looked like. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 12. Bellatrix Lestrange. How can you ever forget a character like Bellatrix? That arrogant laugh, the evil intentions, and the powerful spells made her particularly dangerous in the last movies of the franchise. And here's how Rowling describes her in the books. Bellatrix has dark, heavy-lidded eyes, an air of arrogance, and long black hair. Now notice, nowhere does it say that her hair is curly. But we do have to admit, Carter did look particularly crazy with that wild hair. Also, in the books, she's described as being ugly after she got imprisoned at Azkaban. Carter didn't look particularly hideous on the show, although she nailed the arrogance part. Number 11. Hagrid. You're a wizard, Harry. Remember that line? We sure as hell do.
You're a wizard, Harry.
But when looking at the description of Hagrid that J.K. Rowling provided and compared that to the movie's Robbie Coltrane, something just didn't add up. Sure, they nailed the long curly black hair and the beard that hid most of his face, but Hagrid was big, really big. The man is described as being twice as tall as an ordinary man and being 5 times as wide. His feet looked like baby dolphins in the leather shoes. Now, we don't know about you, but to us, this Hagrid seems a lot bigger than the 6'1" actor. Even movie magic aka VFX couldn't make him around 12 feet tall. Number 10. The Dursleys. Now here's one of the families we've hated from the moment we've met.
Dry up, Dursley, you great prune.
The Dursleys are Harry's earthly parents, so to speak. But not all the characters of this family were portrayed accurately. Aside from Mr. Dursley, neither Petunia nor Dudley look like the characters from the book. Why? Because Petunia had blonde hair and a long neck. Fiona Shaw has a long neck, but there was no blonde hair. The same goes for Dudley. In the novels, he had big pink cheeks, no neck, and blonde hair that drooped smoothly over his fat head. They got a character that's pink, that's chubby, but they didn't match the hair. Harry Melling has brown and somewhat curly hair. Number 9. Neville Longbottom. Remember that little kid we've met during the first Harry Potter movie? Well, he grew up, and we barely recognized him in the final installment of the movie franchise. But I digress. Let's move to the description of the character. Flipping through the first book, Rowling poorly described him as a boy that smashed that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, she actually described him a round-faced boy. Later, she revealed that she sees him as short, plump, and blonde. Matthew Lewis ticked the most of those boxes in his youth, but then he grew up, and it wasn't just the hair that didn't match. Matthew Lewis grew taller, he was more handsome, and he has more of a jawline than a round face. Number 8. Severus Snape. Now here's a character that looks nothing like the one from the book. First of all, he has a beard, Alan Rickman doesn't. Second, Rowling describes him as having a crooked nose, which is not the case with Rickman. The only thing she got right was the sallow skin and the greasy hair. Although Rickman does have slightly longer hair than the Severus in the book, Rowling couldn't even get the height right. You see, in Order of the Phoenix, Snape is described as being shorter than Sirius Black, but in reality, Alan is 4 inches taller than Gary Oldman. One of them is 6'1", and the other one is just 5'9". Number 7. Draco Malfoy. When describing Draco Malfoy in the books, Rowling mentioned that he has a pointed face, gray eyes, pale skin, and platinum hair. Now, if you remember good, you know that this is pretty much a detailed description of actor Tom Felton. But there were some things that didn't really match. For example, Tom Felton has brown eyes instead of the gray ones, and we get it. Gray eyes are the rarest color of eyes you can ever find, so it's not surprising they couldn't find an actor that has gray eyes. Number 6. Sirius Black. For those that read the books first, you know how difficult it was to get used to the movie version of Sirius Black. I mean, the guy was a hideous ball of filth in the movie, but on the show, Gary Oldman portrayed a Sirius that was much more palatable, so to say. For example, the author wrote that Sirius has matted, filthy hair down to his elbows, he has thin and pale skin that stretches over his skull, making him look like a skeleton. Oh yeah, and she also said that he has yellow teeth. We're just so glad that Gary Oldman doesn't look so filthy in the movie. Even though he has the long curly hair, it's not greasy and hung to his elbows. But you know what? Even though they completely missed the character's appearance, we're glad they did. Otherwise, he would have looked appalling. Number 5. Albus Dumbledore.
Albus Percival Wulfric
Brian Dumbledore.
Even though there were two actors who portrayed this character throughout the movies, and both of them did Dumbledore justice, they looked pretty close to the description in the book. However, they were both missing some key aspects. Both Richard Harris and Michael Gambon didn't have a pointy nose, blue eyes, or even a beard that tucked into Dumbledore's belt. Both of their beards were more than a few inches short to be used like a shirt tucked in. Number 4. Ron Weasley. And now we move down to the main characters of both the book and the movie franchise. Now, when it comes to Ron, the only thing they got right was the red hair, everything else was a miss. Why? Because he doesn't have freckles, they had to add them during makeup. Second, he's not tall, he's just 5'8". Ron has blue eyes in the book, but in the movie, he has hazel eyes. How about the long nose? Well, no, he doesn't have that either. Number 3. Lord Voldemort. If you look at this photo of Voldemort in the books, you'll realize that he looks pretty much the same. Just like in the book, Ralph Fiennes has a white face, no nose, only 2 slits for the nostrils, and skin so tight that his head would look like a skull. The only thing that's different in the movie is the eyes. You see, in the book, Voldemort has red eyes, but in the movie, they went with Fiennes' natural blue. Somehow, they managed to make them just as frightening. Number 2. Harry Potter. The major part that they got wrong when it comes to Harry Potter from the movies is the eye color. Instead of Potter's green eyes, like in the book, Daniel Radcliffe has bright blue eyes. Other than that, he has the scar, the scrawny body, and the round glasses with Scotch tape. Oh yeah, we almost forgot. Harry Potter was sporting long hair in Deathly Hallows, but in the movies, the actor still found the time to get a fresh haircut every now and then. Number 1. Hermione Granger. In the beginning of the movie series, Emma Watson resembles Hermione from the books. She was the kid with the curly hair, the bossy voice, and the rather large teeth. But as time went on, Hermione didn't grow up like Watson did.
What an idiot. Luma Solem!
She became a gob-stopping beauty, all while Hermione from the books remained the not-so-attractive, nerdy little kid that was always interested in magic. And you know what? Maybe Rowling wanted to see her character grow up to be a beauty. That probably explains why she gave Hermione sleek and shiny hair. And since Emma Watson has sleek and shiny hair as well, maybe her descriptions were influenced by the actress. On a related note, boy or girl, which of the Harry Potter characters do you think is the hottest? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.